The Samsung Galaxy S8, HTC U11, and OnePlus 5 have one main thing in common.
What?
They all house the latest Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 processor, an octa-core CPU that runs 4 2.35 GHz cores and 4 1.9 GHz cores on the S8, while the newly released HTC U11 and OnePlus 5 run a slightly higher clock speed, 4 cores at 2.45 GHz and 4 at 1.9 GHz. And while the S8 and HTC U11 run 4 GB of RAM, my OnePlus 5 is running 8 GB, double its competitors. But does all this high-end hardware make a difference? Let's find out. The test is simple. I'll be opening apps that I regularly use to see how quickly each device opens them and run them through a second round to see what apps are still in the background. A few weeks ago, I ran this test with 15 apps. A few days ago, 18. Today, we'll push the limits at 20.
200.
Arnold, I can't do 200.
200. Do it now.
Like always, I performed a factory reset. The only apps I added were for this test. Any apps that already came with the phone I didn't delete. I made sure there were no lingering apps on the background, started the timer.
Wait a minute, what?
Away we go!
The OnePlus 5 is the first to hit the halfway mark in the first round, that is app number 10 of 20. The U11 is in second, one app behind just getting into Google Play Movies and TV, and the S8 is 2 apps behind working on Spotify. The OnePlus 5 is the first to finish round 1 at 51.29 seconds, the HTC U11 about 3 seconds later at 54.9, and the Galaxy S8 in third at almost a minute and 3 seconds, now over 10 seconds behind the OnePlus 5. The OnePlus 5 has taken a significant lead at this point. Halfway through the second round, all 3 phones have seen app refreshes at certain points, most notably HBO Now and Newegg, but the OnePlus 5 opens the majority of apps so much faster than the rest it doesn't seem to matter much at this point. Towards the end of the second round, you'll see that the longest wait for the OnePlus 5 has been with the speed test app. Most everything else has flown by. The U11 is 2 apps behind, and the S8 5 apps. The OnePlus 5 finishes first well before the 2-minute mark at 1 minute and 52 seconds. The HTC U11 in second, almost 10 seconds after the OnePlus 5. And the S8 last, more than 25 seconds slower than the OnePlus 5.
Horigani.
Now, let's not get this test twisted. Yes, the OnePlus 5 is incredibly fast when it comes to opening apps and refreshes less apps than both the S8 and U11. And no, most of the time you're not going to be opening 20 apps back to back to back. This is more of, well, let's call it a stress test on how a phone performs, but it's still a good measuring stick to see how one differs from the other. But that doesn't mean the S8 and U11 are slouches by any means. All 3 of these phones provide a mostly lag-free and fluid experience. Some of the slowness here is in part due to animations within each phone, and then again, apps refreshing more than others. But I mean, come on, it's really hard for me to defend a phone when it comes in 10 seconds or even 25 seconds from another. That's just fact. The OnePlus 5 is a beast when it comes to everyday use, and I think people have a hard time understanding that it's not until you use it that you realize how a few tenths of a second here and there can make a phone seem like it's opening apps instantaneously. It might also help you understand why a lot of people love their OnePlus devices, me included. It's one of the devices outside stock Android that I love because of how quick it was to use. And that still stands true today.
What?